Okay, so imagine this. You wake up, it's supposed to be a perfect summer morning. Birds are probably chirping, coffee might be brewing. You're waiting for that sunrise.
Right. The usual start to the day.
Exactly. Except it doesn't happen. It just stays dark. The most reliable thing the universe decides to sleep in. What happens then?
That's a great hook.
That's the core idea behind this really delightful story we're looking at today, The Day the Sun Slept In. It sounds whimsical, the sun hitting snooze.
Oh.
But honestly, the lessons packed inside are surprisingly deep. It's not just about a missing sunrise. It's more about how these friends tackle this huge cosmic issue with, creativity and real kindness.
And that's what makes it so rich for a deep dive, I think. Because, on the surface it's charming, but underneath, it's actually asking some pretty interesting questions about our expectations, our routines.
Right.
And what happens when things just don't go according to plan? How do we adapt? We're going to unpack some ideas about self-care, teamwork, even finding joy in unexpected changes.
Yeah. Okay, let's unpack this. So let's paint the picture. This morning, that should have been bright and sunny.
Yeah.
Instead, it's dark. The story says stars twinkled sleepily, which is just great imagery, and even the owls blinked in confusion.
Yeah.
Because the sun, still snoozing, wrapped in a blanket of golden clouds.
It's cozy.
He is. And the natural world is, confused. The robins try first, right? They chirp, "Wake up, sun! We need daylight for our worm hunt." A totally fair request.
Makes sense. Practical need.
But the sun just mumbles, 5 more minutes, and rolls over. It instantly makes this huge cosmic thing feel, human. It shows how much we rely on that consistency for everything.
What's fascinating here is that immediate disruption. It throws our dependence on these consistent forces right into sharp relief when that rhythm breaks down.
Everything feels off.
Exactly. And that 5 more minutes line. It's so relatable, isn't it? It does more than just humanize the sun. It kind of subtly critiques our own pressure to always be on.
Interesting point.
Yeah, it validates that need for rest, even for the sun. It reminds us that burnout is real and recovery isn't optional. It's like part of the cycle. Challenges that whole always grinding culture.
That's a really powerful take. So, okay, the robins failed. The world is dark. Waiting isn't working. Down in Meadowville, these 3 friends, Luca the lion cub, Penny the penguin, and Zara the girl, they decide, nope, we can't just wait.
They take initiative.
They really do. And their prep is fantastic. They gather lanterns, flashlights, and glowing fireflies into jars. They're not just wishing, they're doing, making light.
Resourceful, very practical.
And then they go on this quest. It's like a mini epic. They climbed a rainbow hill, paddled across Twilight Lake, finally reaching the cloudy tower where the sun's in his hammock.
And this is where you see that adaptive collective action. They don't just wait for instructions or despair.
Yeah.
They act. It's like a little lesson in, agency.
Yeah, taking charge.
And the journey itself through different places like the hill and the lake, it sort of symbolizes that solving big problems often isn't straightforward. It takes different steps, different kinds of effort, not just one fix.
A real adventure. So they finally get there to the sun's cloudy tower. Now what? How do you talk to a sleepy, gigantic star? Penny the penguin steps up, very politely. "Excuse me, Mr. Sun, we kind of need you."
So polite.
Almost comically polite for the situation, right? But
Yeah.
maybe that's the smart way. Not demanding.
I think it's absolutely clever. It's empathetic. It starts by acknowledging his state, not just making demands. It avoids making him defensive, perhaps.
Good point. And then the sun. He on so big it creates a mini eclipse, which is amazing imagery. And he just says, straight up, "But I was tired from shining all week."
This raises an important question about honesty and limits.
Right.
His admission is huge. He says, even I have limits. It normalizes needing breaks, needing self-care. It's not weakness. It's necessary. It pushes back against that expectation of tireless performance.
Yeah, the hero who never rests.
Exactly. And that mini eclipse yawn. It visually shows you the scale of his exhaustion.
Yeah.
Makes his need for rest undeniable. You can't argue with a yawn that big.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. So the kids are there, the sun is tired and honest about it. You can't just make him shine. What do you do?
Yeah, force isn't the answer.
That's when Zara, the girl, has this brilliant idea. She gets it. She says, everyone needs a break. How about a parade to cheer you up? Just wow. Empathetic and creative.
It's a fantastic pivot. Genius, really.
And they do it. They throw the first moonlight morning parade under the stars because, the sun's still in his hammock. Imagine, fireflies danced, lanterns swirled.
Oh, that sounds magical.
And the penguin tap danced under the stars. It completely changes the whole situation from a problem into a celebration. A weird, dark, morning celebration.
And that's the power of Zara's idea, isn't it? It's empathy in action.
Yeah.
She didn't focus on the problem, no son. She focused on the person, the tired son, and his need. It wasn't about forcing him. It was about lifting his spirits.
Making him want to shine.
Exactly. And it's a masterclass in reframing. They didn't just try to fix the darkness. They used the darkness to create something new and beautiful. That parade, with everyone pitching in, it turned the crisis into, well, joy. Pure creative problem solving.
And it worked. The parade, the cheering. The sun laughed so hard he finally stretched, shone, and rose into the sky, brighter than ever. The best kind of outcome.
A really satisfying resolution.
But it wasn't just a quick fix for that day. There's this lasting promise. From that day on, the sun promised to rest when needed.
Acknowledging the need.
And the kids promised to celebrate both day and night. A whole new understanding, respecting both light and shadow.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the story leaves us with some really vital lessons. First, there's that core message about self-care, or maybe better put, recovery cycles.
Right, like the source says, even the busiest helpers need rest.
Precisely. It directly counters that always-on mentality. Rest isn't lazy. It's essential for performance, for sustainability, for everyone, even the sun. It gives us permission to see rest as vital, not just a luxury.
Makes sense. What else?
Second, it's a fantastic model for teamwork and creativity, or maybe more like adaptive collective action. Teamwork and creativity can brighten dark situations, sure, but it's more than just teamwork.
How so?
It's about how their different skills, Luca's courage, Penny's politeness, Zara's empathy and creativity, the fireflies' light came together. They didn't just solve the problem, they transformed it through empathy and imagination. It's synergistic.
Synergy, I like that. And the third?
And maybe the deepest one, embracing change or cognitive flexibility. It's okay to celebrate both differences and unexpected changes. This isn't just about accepting disruption.
It's about finding value in it.
Exactly. They reframed the dark morning not as a failure, but as an opportunity for something completely new and wonderful, the parade. It's about shifting our mindset, being adaptable, finding joy, even when things don't go as planned. Stop trying to force the old way, maybe.
Find a new way.
Find a new way. The big takeaway, loud and clear, is sometimes even the brightest stars need a break. And with a little kindness and creativity, we can all shine again. That's incredibly hopeful, isn't it?
It really is. So what does this all mean for you listening right now? We dove into this charming story, but wow, it opened up these big ideas about rest, about creativity, about finding light when things feel, well, dark or off-kilter. What's the bit that really sticks with you from this?
Yeah, what resonates most, and maybe one final thought to chew on, thinking about that promise between the kids and the sun to celebrate both day and night, what might that look like for you? How can you acknowledge and maybe even, yes, celebrate both the bright, easy times and the unexpected, darker, more difficult periods in your own life? How could you use that blend of kindness and creativity like Zara did to help yourself or maybe someone else find their shine again when things feel a bit dim? Could you create your own moonlight morning parade?
That's a beautiful question to leave things on. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today.
Thanks for tuning in.
Until next time, keep looking for those moments of unexpected light.